Why is the Gini coefficient often misinterpreted in demographic data? Have you ever wondered why the Gini coefficient, a common measure of income inequality, can sometimes lead to confusion? Let's break it down in a straightforward way. The Gini coefficient simplifies complex income distributions into a single number. This simplification can mask important details and lead to misleading conclusions about inequality in the United States. First, it is essential to understand that the Gini coefficient measures income inequality but does not account for wealth inequality. Income refers to money received over a specific period, while wealth includes accumulated assets. This distinction is significant because a society can have a moderate Gini coefficient for income but still experience extreme wealth disparities that this measure does not capture. Wealth inequality often exceeds income inequality and affects economic power and opportunity in different ways. Next, the Gini coefficient is sensitive to how income is defined and measured. Different sources may include or exclude government transfers, capital gains, or non-cash benefits like healthcare and education. For example, Gini estimates in the United States can vary widely based on whether they consider only wages or total income, including government benefits. This variation can create confusion when comparing inequality across studies or countries. Demographic changes also play a role in how the Gini coefficient is interpreted. In the United States, the observed rise in the Gini coefficient over the decades is partly due to changes in household size and structure. When adjusted for household size, the Gini coefficient for personal incomes remains relatively stable. This means that shifts in household demographics can bias interpretations if not accounted for. Another important point is that the Gini coefficient does not reflect the shape of income distribution. Different income distributions can produce the same Gini value. Therefore, it cannot reveal whether inequality is driven by disparities at the top, middle, or bottom of the income spectrum. This limitation means that policymakers and analysts must use additional measures to fully understand the dynamics of inequality. Lastly, the granularity of data used can influence the Gini coefficient. More detailed income groupings tend to yield higher Gini values, while coarser groupings produce lower values. This statistical property means that comparisons using different data resolutions can be misleading. In practical terms, for demographic data in the United States, relying solely on the Gini coefficient to assess income inequality can overlook important aspects. It is necessary to consider multiple indicators alongside the Gini coefficient and carefully define income concepts and demographic factors in the analysis. This approach helps provide a clearer picture of income and wealth distribution in society.